Greetings, everybody. This is going to be a divine union, check in, see what's going on in these connections. Okay, keep in mind these are general energy readings. These are not personal readings, so they may or may not resonate with you personally. Okay, they're not personal readings anyhow, they're general collective messages. So you got to, discern through what's meant for you and what may be meant for maybe somebody else. So it's just like gonna leave it open to spirit. So I ask spirit to guide me and lead me completely through this message and this reading, delivering what it is that we all need to know and that we may hear it in the way that we are meant to hear it. Okay. However, spirit speaks to you, may this reading reach you in the capacity that it's meant to, at the time that it's meant to. Okay, this can be timeless. Um, okay, so at this time, the energies are very, very crazy right now because there's a lot of clearing that's taking place. So it may be a feeling of imbalance. You may be feeling imbalance in between this energy and that energy. There could be some confusion for some of you when it comes to your connection, when it comes to where you're at in life. Some of you guys may feel like it's a new energy coming in, but you have yet to see it, but you feel it. Some of you also um, maybe questioning your connection right now. Um, I do feel some of you, there could be other parties coming in or have come in for you, and that is confusion. Your person may also have people coming into their life or some type of questioning. If I'm not mistaken, Venus retrograde may be at its tail end or it's already ended, but the energy could still be there. On top of that, we're in an eclipse, solar eclipse energy. So it could also be certain things clearing themselves out, exits and stuff may be coming up. Um, there's some of this energy I feel like it's distractions, but the thing is what Spirit's telling you to do is to remain present and to not get too caught up in this time right now, because this energy is like, it's like Spirit's showing me a door that's open, and it's like you got stuff flying out of, like, say you're, it's like, this looks like a portal to me, but it kind of looks like a house. So say you're standing in a house, but there's like winds coming in your house, like it's like a heavy wind, like a tornado, and it's taking with it all of the old energies, all of the old beliefs, the thoughts, the ideas, maybe even the desires, the people, and it's taking with it, it's taking all of that out, and you may be experiencing the passing of those energies because it's coming past you, like it's flying out the door. So it's like Spirit's doing a clean sweep of certain things. So a lot of these thoughts and feelings that you're having, experiencing, they may be thoughts registered from your past. Um, yeah, thoughts and feelings from past issues, things that maybe you didn't even know that you were struggling with, triggered by things that you thought that you wanted. All of this is coming up. So Spirit's saying not to take this process right now, this period, too seriously, because this is passing energies that's coming through, and it may feel like this is unexpected, like what's happening, what's going on. Again, don't take this period too seriously right now, because these are passing energies, these are things that are being eclipsed out of your life, and you got to trust Spirit. You got to trust at this time not to cling on to anything or any ideas at this point, especially do what you're guided to do. Like I said, use your discernment. But what I'm getting is, like, right now, with these energies, be careful. I should say be more mindful. Careful is a trigger word for some people, because it's like telling you not to do something, and it triggers this feeling of, oh, that must mean it's something bad or something wrong. But careful is just being more in care of something. So just be mindful of what you're entertaining, what you're taking in. not to get too caught up or fixated or structured into anything, especially new energies. Just let things play out, let it be, because there's a lot that is flowing at this time. And I feel like whatever Spirit's doing is a process right now to help you cleanse and purify it out, eclipse things out. Whether this is old energy that's coming through, that's as a catalyst to clear out, or whether this is new energy or um, new seeds that you're planting, or hopes for the future, or new people coming in, new experiences. Look at them as they are helping me to purify and cleanse out right now. Because you could be taking on new concepts, new ideas, new beliefs, new goals, new desires. Let everything play out. Let it flow right now. Okay? That was kind of long, but that's what I was getting. Um, because I feel like I'm going to pull cards, but I'm just letting spirit flow right now. Because I feel like you and your person are mirroring each other in different ways, or it could be similar ways. Whether that be through what exactly you guys are clearing out, what you're experiencing, your thought processes, your emotions. It's a lot that's going on, and I feel like you're meant to mirror each other because helping you it's helping you to clear, not just helping you to clear, but it's helping you to identify, because you guys are being used as mirrors for each other. And you may have people around you that are also mirrors too, or mirroring where you're at, because I feel like this is collective energy that's happening. Spirit will use people that are close to us or people that are in our soul tribes to help us with this process, whether they do it in a loving manner or it's a way that is like we feel like it's unfair or negative. It's all relative anyway, but because the sole purpose is to clear this energy out. There's a new energy that's coming in. Yes. It's like right now, this is clean up time. So let that tornado hit, because some of you guys, the tornado may have come unexpectedly, um, kind of knocked you off where you were standing, off that square that you thought you were on. Like, okay, I thought I had everything planned out, mapped out, figured out. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I knew what I wanted. But this is Spirit's way of also getting us to surrender to the path, because we could have had our hands too far up, um, too far into everything, trying to piece and put everything together rather than allowing divine intervention to guide us and lead us and to make things happen. Because things don't solely just happen in this physical realm, in this physical space. Things also happen behind the scenes in the spiritual sense, in the spiritual realm, the unseen world. There's also forces that are assisting and helping, just as they are trying to block and deter. So you guys also have to be careful too of what's happening right now, because if this is let's put it this way, let's just focus on the energy and essence of a divine union, not the specifics of who it is and all of that. If you are in a divine union or manifesting a divine union, there's going to be things that are trying to prevent that. Again, like, I'm going to probably talk about this some other time, but Spirit had me go into um, divine connections in a more in a spiritual, but also break it down in a way that is logical and rational for people to understand, because a lot of this twin flame stuff is very watered down. It's very commercial. It's very fairy tale fantasy, and there's no true aim in it. It's like it's more so feeding a fantasy and an ego thing, rather than, if you're calling something divine, you're calling it a soul connection. You got to be able to understand what divine is, what divinity is, and what soul is. A lot of people are not operating in divinity with these connections. A lot of people are claiming someone that isn't divine or in their divinity as a divine counterpart. So there's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of um, conditioning, and it's very easy to fall into that if you're wounded, if you are insecure, if you are codependent to fall into these connections and cling on to these things, because divine energy is infinite. It's much more to it than just romance. And people talk about, oh, twin flames have missions and they have purposes, but so like they rarely talk about mission and what that really is and why it's important. And if they do, it's, oh, it's to raise humanity, and it's to, you know, change the frequency of the planet and such. But why though? Why is that important? So yeah, I'll get into that another time. But something is sacred and divine because that's what divinity is. It's a sacred energy. It's a supreme energy. So these connections, if we live in a reality, and we are not to focus and put our energy so much into dark forces and stuff like that, but we have to acknowledge that those things do exist. Their purpose is to corrupt that. But divine, if we call it God, the supreme being, the Alpha, the Omega, has the first and the last say so. So it will, spirit is going to have ruling and dominion over those lower vibrational energies or frequencies anyway. So it's going to come to pass, but there's going to be tests and there's going to be traps. So especially in this time, because you are closing out, and if anything can distract you, anything to keep you in that illusion of being stuck, anything to get you to give up on yourself, to give up on your path, your calling, anything to get you to fall off of your path with your divine connection, because again, it's not just for the sake of you and another person being together in a romantic sense. It's a purpose behind it. True divine partners, you can spot them. It's not easy to spot. I used to be like, oh, because, you know, they got this going on. But to understand what a divine connection is, you have to understand what divinity means, and what divinity's connection or divinity stems from: the divine, the God, the Most High, the Alpha, the Omega, the infinite being, supreme being, essence, energy, whatever you want to call it. It stems from that source. It is the manifestation of that. It's a physical manifestation of that energy. So it's not enough for some people to just be like, oh, they're cute, they're compatible, or oh, they look cute together, they're couple goals, or they've been together since high school, and like, you know, little simple things like that, and that's beautiful. But to say that a connection is divine, it's much more to it than that. And um most divine connections, they are rare. You don't see them. You don't see, quote unquote, what you guys call twin flames. You don't see that. It's very rare. And when they do link up, they both have a purpose and a mission, separately and together. They're working together. So whether they are to, let's use, I'm going to use John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Let's use them. They were unlikely, like an unlikely type of couple. They fit, but they didn't fit. If you looked at it, be like, oh, you know, they're weird, they're different. Um, if you look at, I guess you could say, let's use Obama and Michelle Obama. It's different purposes, but they work collectively together. It doesn't always have to be humanitarian work, always, but it could be humanitarian work in other forms, whether it be through writing books, whether it be through music, whether it be through teaching, whether it be whatever, environmentalist. It could be anything. But it's not just enough to say, oh, I'm with someone and we're happy together and we have babies and everything's perfect and that's it. Because the work doesn't stop just because you're in union. It doesn't stop there. And the higher you get, the greater you get, the more you're in your divinity, the more you're going to come up with opposition. It's going to happen. But it's also reminding yourself that you are divine and not give in to those things. So it does get easier as well when you know what you're fighting and what your mission is and what your purpose is and what's in your heart, what you're pulled and called to do. So hopefully I didn't talk you guys' ear off too much. Yeah, because most likely if it's divine, It's not always going to be an ideal situation. It's not going to be easy come. It's not going to be everybody's in favor of your connection. And, you know, there's going to be opposition. And it's most likely um, that you and your separate, your individual self, you may be someone that um, is not someone that everybody likes, or um, I wouldn't say not everybody likes, but you may not be um, the person that always fits in because you're not meant to fit in. You people that don't fit into crowds and stuff like that, and followers, or attract people that are followers rather than leaders. Most likely, people that are leaders are people that don't fit into society because they have something different that they're supposed to bring forth. And I feel like a lot of twin flames, quote unquote twin flames, whatever you guys want to call them, divine counterparts, they don't fit into society. They're not meant to be the status quo types. And if they have been that, it's uncomfortable for them. It doesn't resonate with their soul. They feel miserable in that. And a lot of people will say, like, yeah, I have such and such many friends and a lot of people like me, or, you know, a lot of people know me, but I still feel lonely. I still don't feel like I really belong. I still don't feel like I can be myself. And some people may identify with that, and some people may identify with, well, I never felt like I belonged anywhere. Nobody ever really embraced me. And you look at that as rejection. But that's really, um, as they say, God's protection, but it can also be God's promotion of you, because that's not you don't fit in those spaces and you're not meant to. So it's not for you to look at yourself as you're less than or you're not good enough. Divine counterparts are leaders. They're meant to lead, and they're meant to attract other leaders. It's not about following and followers and breeding other people exactly like you, carbon copies of you. Um, Divine counterparts inspire people to be different, or that's the whole thing. Different callings, different purposes, because we need each each other's different gifts and callings, because we all have different purposes. Like if we work in a factory together and we all just did the same job, because most jobs they have like a section where some people are the managers and supervisors of certain departments, or um, say it's a call center and everybody's taking phone calls, but nonetheless, we all have different things that we bring to the table. Some people on the phone have more of a direct approach. Some people have more of a softer approach, more of a calmer tone. Some people have more of the outgoing, chipper tone. We all have different gifts and things that we bring to the table to make something happen and keep it going and make it successful. We're not all meant to be carbon copies of the same. It doesn't work that way. So, yeah. Sorry I talked y'all ear off so much. But we're going to get it. We're going to go. All right. So let's tap in. Sorry. All right. That was a long one. All right. Let's see what's going on here in this connection. What is the energy, divine spirit? Let's look at the past energy. Past energy here. Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, yeah. So in the past, in this connection, I feel like you guys were both trying to find your ways. You guys may have had a lot of people that are looking towards you to, you may feel pressured in your environment to be successful or to complete something. The masculine may feel pressured or may have felt pressured in the past or recent past to live up to a specific expectation. I do feel like it was some reckless behavior. The Page of Wands. I feel like this, again, is someone trying to find their way, feeling lost, almost being pushed out into the world before it's time or before they're ready, or being pushed into an environment that they feel like they're not prepared to be in or to go. It's like being pushed out of your comfort zone. So I also feel like the feminine energy too, with the Eight of Swords, kind of felt kind of limited in this situation or this connection. May have even blamed the masculine for putting in this position of feeling stuck and feeling trapped. Um, Maybe even wanting someone else to free them of this, whether this is asking spirit or some type of, divine reinforcement to come in and help free them of this feeling stuck, limited, feeling like it's like almost losing emotions here or having nothing left emotionally to give to this situation. I feel like in the past. Yeah, there's a lot of ego here. In the past, feminine energy could be blinded by the fact that there was something that they were operating in their ego, because of some type of perception that was very limited, or realizing, okay, I'm in my ego, spirit help me, or looking for some type of help to free themselves out of this position. So I feel like what was actually happening in the spirit realm, um, in the past with this energy, how it was manifesting or how it was happening in the spirit room was with this Page of Pentacles. Is someone like repeating a cycle from past generations. So it's almost like this person is miserable. The Queen of Swords here, which is a masculine energy in the Queen of Swords. Yeah. It's almost like an expectation. Both of you guys could be mirroring each other's inner child. So I feel like inner child wounds were manifesting itself through these circumstances in the physical. So in the spirit realm, something with the inner child, was being dealt with and needing to recognize and cut cords with those energies. So this is actually to mature you both on some type of level. So there was some type of lesson here that needed to be learned. You have 2 pages. You have a lot of court cards. So there's something about identity that plays a role in this for both of the masculine and feminine. But I feel like masculine for sure was dealing with identity, issues, and being restricted by those things and feeling like they had to live up to something, or continuously feeling like I have to live up to something. Feminine energy, feeling the raft of that, because it's almost like being blinded to something. Maybe you had to see the truth about a situation or a person or their behavior, um, and you may have been feeling very limited because of this person. Like, what am I going to do with this person because they're behaving like such and such, or this is what they're doing, or this is maybe who they are, and you felt very restricted and limited, feminine, by that perhaps. Okay. All right. Let's see, where are things at presently? Where are things presently right now between, in this connection, just as a whole, as a connection as a whole? Okay. Wheel of Fortune has been coming out a lot. And this is definitely where we're all at. It's just like unexpected. What do I do? Being thrown for a loop. And it's really, at the end of the day, divine spirit's in control. And everything is manifesting as it's supposed to. It's already written. It's already done. So no matter what path you decide to take, it's still going to lead you to what's meant to unfold. Whether you make it difficult or whether you make it easy, an easy transition, is up to you and it's up to your person. So you have the Star, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords again, the Ace of Cups, the Judgment, and the Two of Cups. So where this connection is presently right now is, I do feel like you guys are focusing on clearing. So your higher selves are releasing and like clearing and releasing right now. And I feel like you may not be able to see that on the surface because there is a judgment call. And I feel like it's similar to what I was saying with the tornado, how I was seeing that vision of someone with their door open in their house and a tornado hit and it's like taking all this stuff out of the house and it's passing through the person, like flowing past them. So it's almost like all of these energies are having to, they're being released, but it's like they're flashes, they're coming past you. So you're kind of caught up in the energy of that. Um, Spirit may be raising some things that were underneath the surface up to look at and focus on. So there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to pull the in between tarot to look into the spirit, what's going on in the spirit room based off of this physical energy, what's going in the physical right now. Um, Both of you guys kind of feel a little, some of you guys may be in the feeling of being left out in the cold, and if you don't feel like you're left out in the cold, your person may be feeling this way, or just kind of like in this transition of dealing with what's going on in your physical life right now, being some of you guys may be having some money issues right now, um, wondering what you're gonna do career wise. Some of you guys may be looking for work, jobs, trying to make money. Could be going through a transition with your living situation that may be a little challenging right now, or your person is. And I'm also getting with the Eight of Swords again. The feminine energy is still in that mindset of like limited thinking when it comes to this connection or this person, as far as that identity thing goes. I feel like who is this person really? It's almost like some of you guys may feel like some type of dream was depleted, or your person feels like this. I feel like you'll know where you're at. But with the Ace of Cups, there's still some type of offer that still stands. There's still a connection that still stands here. And I feel like this also is saying that you guys are mirroring each other, at least emotionally. Like your heart still is open and still wanting this divine connection or this divine union or just desiring that divine love, period. You guys are still mirroring each other when it comes to that. The Queen of Swords came out again. Okay, so you have a lot of cards. Queen of Swords. Five of Wands, yeah. Feminine energy, you're like, your back is against the masculine. The masculine is being crowned or being rewarded. So some of you guys may be in this place of feeling like your masculine is kind of in a better position than you. But if you really look at it, the feminine energy's already been crowned. Some of you guys may also be under the impression that, okay, well, I'm up here, feminine energy, I'm up here, and masculine, he's still bullshit, and he's still fooling around, but spirit's crowning divine masculine. He's being crowned. These evil energies in the back, they are watching. They are watching you in your process of this is a challenge, this is a competitive energy, and you guys cannot afford to be against each other right now. You cannot afford to do that. And it's almost like, and it doesn't have to just be all negative forces behind the scenes, but this is what's going on in the spirit realm. These these beings are watching. They are watching you and your person, and they're banking on you both fighting against each other rather than fighting together, turning your backs on each other, being prideful and egotistical. They're banking on this. And it could be people in your waking life too that are manifesting themselves as these lower vibrational energies in the spirit realm. Like they're banking on this. So the Five of Wands represents that battle, that challenge before you get that victory. And it's like you guys cannot afford to be against each other. That's why I keep getting. You have the Four of Wands going into the Five of Wands. So yeah, again, it's like this looks very sinister to me. This Four of Wands don't look like no real celebration. It's like some evil shit. I don't know. So I'm seeing. Oh no! Like, look at their face. That's creepy. Why are they reflecting? But look at this person's face. They don't. That looks a little weird. So I'm willing to bet that these people in your environment that you are like cool with or think that have your best interests, or just these energies cloaking themselves in the physical and the spirit realm. They really look like these shadow beings with these dark um, cloaks on and these red eyes watching in the back. These things is ugly. Yeah, that's these people here, because this is the Four of Wands into the Five of Wands. So yes, the Sun going into the Judgment. So in the spirit realm, you got a lot of angelic energy here, and I feel like this is, yeah, this looks like a tower. So some type of old structure is being taken in by this water, meaning this foundation is being purified and cleansed out. It's like this old foundation has to go and it's being cleansed so that a new energy can come in. This solar eclipse very well is helping to do this, helping to purify and cleanse out this foundation, this structure within yourselves. Also, not only that, but also within the connection. Okay, so you have a lot of angelic sources that are here helping you in the spirit realm that you can't see, and you have the moons, you have the sun and the moon. So yeah, they're helping, and I feel like the masculine energy is being guided to flow in the spirit realm, and he is. And I say he, but it doesn't have to be a he, but it's a flow here. He's not in this boat. It's almost like I don't need this safety net anymore. And I'm just flowing. I'm floating in this ocean. I don't need this boat. I can do this. And maybe it was also the prideful energy of doing everything on their own and not allowing divine assistance to help. But this sun is guiding, is leading the both of you, the Eight of Swords. So in the spirit realm, the masculine energy may be feeling this energy on the physical, because a woman is the Eight of Swords here in the physical, and in the spiritual realm, the masculine energy is feeling that opposite energy. Like, is the feminine really in their divinity? Because it kind of looks like the feminine is acting in her pride, in a sense. The Five of Wands, feeling defeated and pressured by this. They may be perceiving that the feminine energy is not really seeing them in their true divinity, or is caught up in the matrix aspect of them, or the false aspect of what they show, and not their true self, if that makes sense. So the Strength card, the Strength is walking into the Hermit energy. The Hermit is walking here. So behind the scenes, I feel like your higher selves are seeking to go within. In this period, it's going to push you into yourself. So it's like mastering the ego and finding that true strength and true integrity by going within, not going without. Because when you're externalizing at this time, most likely you're going to be caught up in what it looks like and be caught up in the ego. So it's like the true inner strength is going within rather than looking without. And I feel like that's what's happening. That's where the spirit, the higher selves are being led to go at this time. All right, so I'm gonna look at you guys both individually, where you guys are. So let's see, with the connection and where you're at individually as a whole. And I need my love messages cards. I am the queen of using multiple decks in one reading. I don't know. I feel like different cards, for me being a visual, like I like visual things. It's like you can tap into the energy differently when you like see the visual of it, different pictures. Okay, so let's start with Divine Feminine. Let's see where you're at. Where you're at with this connection right now. Personally, where's Divine Feminine and this collective at with this connection? Where are they at with this connection? Call me or text me. I can't stand you, but I can't stand to be without you. I'm more aware than what you think. I'm trying to distract myself from thinking too much about you. No. And I get jealous over you. Okay. Not every message is going to be how every feminine feels. We both have to work on ourselves. I must be honest, I lie or have lied to you. The distance is killing me. Okay. So I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to pull anymore. So call me or text me. So feminine energy, you are desiring communication from your person. So some of you guys may not be in communication with your person, or the issue here was the fact that you guys were not communicating the way that you desired, or pretty much not communicating at all. You pretty much feel like this person is like they're getting on your nerves. You can't stand them, but there's some you can't be without this person. You can't stand to be without them. And that can manifest itself in different ways, whether it's like deep down inside that you guys need each other in the most healthy way, or it could be the clingy codependency, like I can't live without you type of thing. I feel like you guys know if you fall into, what. But you're more aware of things and what you think. And I feel like some of you guys are aware of something that this person was trying to hide, because energetically, when this person is being forthcoming, honest, or real with you, or you may have came across some type of secret and they may think that you don't know about it, or that you see past certain things, you see past facades. um, Feminine energy, you're trying to distract yourself from this connection, whether that be work, whether that be through other hobbies and activities, whether that be through friendships and family and stuff like that, or building other romantic situations. I feel like there's some type of distraction here. Um, you may be saying no to something very clearly. Um, this no was like real straight up, like no. Then you have, I get jealous over you. So I get jealous over you. Like, yeah, you guys could be, some of you, this is going to manifest differently. Some of you guys could be, I don't know. Okay. Some of you guys could be feeling jealous of the other person, what they have going on, or feeling like this person is not losing sweat. They don't seem to be bothered at all. Or jealous of other people around, or some type of insecurity. We both have to work on ourselves. So you feel like you understand that there's work that needs to be done in this connection, and you are taking accountability for the fact that you have work to do as well. You may have lied to this person about something and you weren't honest. Maybe it's lying about the fact that you missed this person because you have distance is killing me. So you could be lying to yourself and trying to distract yourself from feeling this, or you could be projecting you're enjoying your singlehood, because that's what's at the bottom of this card. Some of you guys want to know, does this person truly want you? Do they truly want to be with you? Okay. I'm going to pull some tarot just to see a little more in depth. Feminine, what's going on with you? So again, this is like a stalker card. The Eight of Swords. She didn't came out like 4 times. In this deck, I think she came out twice. In another deck once, and in the in between tarot. So yeah, this is an issue here. There's some type of thought process that is stagnating the feminine energy, and I feel like it's blocking from reaching that place of understanding, or not really knowing what the fear is, what the trigger is. Feeling maybe, or perceiving that it's an inability to reach that understanding, not really sure where to start, where to go. Then you have the Five of Pentacles again. So Five of Pentacles very well could feel like, feminine, you're being left out here, and therefore you have no choice but to sow into yourself, which is not a bad thing, but it's all about how you're perceiving it, which is out of alignment, I feel like. Strength, yeah, because this is going, your higher self, the spirit self, what's going on in the spirit realm is this energy is pushing you into yourself, going into that hermit mode. The hermit is going into the mountain, is going into that place of solitude, that sacred space within. Six of Pentacles, going into the Seven of Pentacles. So in the spirit realm, you have support. You have support of your spiritual team or people in your waking life that are close in your circle are supporting you in the spirit realm with this, so that you don't feel like this Five of Pentacles energy, because the Five of Pentacles is here and it says the women's refuge. So you do have some type of support of sisterhood or something like that. When it comes to where you're at, you're not doing this by yourself. You may even have people that understand where you're going. Like this is a person that's going in turn, like going within. She's standing in between a door. So you're also in between a transition here. You guys are all fighting the same battles, or your battle is my battle, something like that. And if it's not people in your waking life, it's definitely your spiritual team in the spirit realm working for you, gunning for you with the seeds that you planted, because the pentacles can represent your seeds. You may not be in the space to really see all that you are manifesting, and maybe other areas of your life are going well and there is a state of gratitude, or maybe spirit's telling feminine to practice more gratitude, but take what resonates with you. Okay, let's see what's going on with masculine energy. What's going on with you, masculine? What's going on with their energy collectively? Divine masculine. 2. I want to have babies with you. It's all a big ass front. Masks, games, facades, and illusion. I don't feel good enough for you. That was my sister. I need to grow the fuck up. Oh. Divine connection. 1111, 222, 444. I don't know how to deal with this anymore. Okay. While feminine is saying no, masculine is saying yes. Okay. So y'all might have some questions for each other. This masculine, where masculine is wanting to have babies. Masculine, you feel that desire for family. You also are feeling like you're not good enough. You put on this facade or this mask. You may play games, or you may have played games in the past. You're not being authentic to yourself, and you're telling yourself you need to grow up. It's something that you're taking accountability for, but also too at the same time you're acknowledging this divine connection. And you may also be seeing signs of synchronicities with 1111, 222, and 444. So there's some type of divine intervention here. I don't know if I can deal with this anymore. So you're feeling frustrated as well, as feminine's feeling frustrated. Your vibe is something rare and hard to find in anyone else. I pray for you, for your well-being, and for us to be together. I do not want to be together. So you're sending off mixed signals, and I feel like it's because of that feeling of I'm not good enough, which stems from some type of wound. And then you have I need to grow the fuck up with a big ass front card, facades, wearing masks. So and it's like because of this, it's like beating self up and making excuses. For some masculines, it's like I pray for you, I want the best for you, and therefore I don't feel like I'm the right fit for you. That type of energy I'm getting. And it's like, you're rare to me. I can't find this connection or find you in anybody else type of energy. But it's a lot of backtracking. And I feel like it's coming from fear. The High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, the Judgment card once again, Ten of Wands and Queen of Swords in a different deck. The Ace of Cups came out twice as well. So masculine, you're feeling and where you're at with this connection is you have the High Priestess. You feel like this connection is sacred. You know this is a divine sacred connection. You got that awakening. You got that confirmation a long time ago. But you're feeling like it's hard to get to this feminine. This feminine may have turned their back on you, or seemingly turned their back on you with this Queen of Swords. It's like she's drawn cold. And I say she, but feminine can be male as well. Feminine energy is drawn cold. And you feel like a heavy load on you. Some of you guys may feel like it's going to take a lot of work to get to that place that you want to be with, not just in your own foundation, in your own life, but with this connection. You know that this feminine energy requires some type of respect. You may also feel like she's a mystery. You can't figure this feminine out. Okay? So if you're cross-watching for a masculine, obviously this is where they're at with you, feminine. Your energy is very alluring. You're pulling this person in, and it's like this drawingness. but at the same time, it's this challenge. You see how this person's hiding behind these wands. They could be hiding behind all these responsibilities and making excuses. Oh, I'm busy with work, or oh, I don't have time for this, or some type of heavy energy. And I feel like feminine energy has drawn a little cold or has put up some type of boundaries with this masculine. Take what resonates. But the love here still stands. There's still a desire for this divine connection. Let's see what's going on in the spirit room. Oh, these decks here, you guys can pre-order these decks well soon. Because I'm sold out of both of these. I don't have any to ship out myself, so pre-order will take some time. So if you guys are interested, you guys can order these soon. I'll let you guys know. My love messages cards, edition 1 and edition 2, if you guys are interested. So let's see, masculine. Feminine or masculine energy in the spirit realm. How is this manifesting itself? So you have the Star and the Six of Cups. Yeah. So that childlike energy that, and they're kissing in the back. So that childlike energy, that desire to relive some type of past life connection is what's leading you, masculine, I feel like, where you're at, your higher selves, you're in the spirit realm. It's like you guys are actually like children. It's a lot of lighthearted, playful energy, a lot of wanting to be together, or a vision. Masculine can have a vision. It's like in the spirit realm, there's some type of vision or movement that's manifesting or desire to manifest this togetherness, this childlike, pure energy, pure connection, and maybe even to, again, have babies. And you guys may have children in the spirit realm, and that could be where this desire is manifesting itself in the physical, to have babies, because there is children that you guys do have, with the Star card going into the moon. So yeah, I do feel like it's something, some type of desire, something that is kind of like a guiding compass, guiding light. These children, this childlike energy could be that guiding light. That could be the childlike faith and hope that's also pushing this masculine out of their comfort zone into taking accountability for their actions, things like that. All right. So let's take a look at what energies are in support of this connection and what energies are against this connection at this time. The Fool, Five of Pentacles once again, the Hangman, and the Knight of Pentacles. So you guys have like a very trusted spiritual guide, or it could be a trusted friend that supports this connection. It may be just one person that is a friend, because they're, like I said, this connection is not probably in favor of the majority in your life. So who's against this connection? It's definitely people in your environment. These are people that you feel like maybe you're not able to be yourself. Some of you guys may be hiding your authentic self. Masculine or feminine could be hiding their authentic self in their environment, in their community, not being their whole self, or struggling with this. Something with spirituality too, because the Hangman to me kind of reminds me of like the Salem witch trials, where people in this Christian community are condemning him because he does not believe, and he may have special gifts and stuff like that that they deem as demonic. So you guys may be hiding your spiritual gifts from people in your life, your family, your community, and you feel like if people knew, they would judge you for it. So it could also be that this connection is not something that is traditional in your society. You guys could be of different backgrounds of some sort, religions, status, maybe age, not too significant in age. Like, I'm not talking about no underage shit. You guys know better. But something significant is different. Class, something. So these are the people that are against it. Five of Pentacles. There's someone here that is like nurturing. It's like a nurturing energy here. Especially those of you that feel alone. You guys may have a child that is supporting this connection or bringing this connection together, or it could be a spirit baby because this man is holding a child. Then you have the Fool card, and this could also be divine spirit protecting you and loving you like this child, preciously guiding you and protecting you. With the Fool, I feel like the favor of this connection is a higher source, higher power that wants to guide you and lead you in a place that is new to you, a new territory, let you know that it's safe. Although it may look scary, you don't know what's on the other side, you don't know what's ahead, and it may look like you're going to lead yourself into some type of destruction or into some type of unfavorable outcome. You have some type of lighting, like guiding light for the both of you, and it's like to bring you into a completely new dimension, new energy, new frequency, like completely starting from square one. Something is about to erupt, and you guys are going to reach that enlightenment that you seek. And one of you guys is like, what seems to be working against you is actually working for you. So even when people are working against this and putting you in a position of maybe hurting you or harming you or your person, or talking bad or against it, or judging you, or the fear of this, it's actually bringing enlightenment of how you've been holding yourself back, or how your person has been holding themselves back, or who has their best interest and who really doesn't. So it's actually making room for what's best. And there is some type of loyal friend or loyal guide or relative or something that is supportive of this connection, that may also be very wise when you feel, or your person is feeling, lack. This is like a motivative energy that's here. And it could very well be that you guys do this for each other. But, take what resonates. Okay, let's see. Feminine energy, protect your energy. You gotta protect yourself. And looking at this, it reminds me of the whole armor of God. They represent different things, but I'm just getting protect your energy, feminine energy. That means protect your mind, protect your heart, protect how you walk forward, what you're guiding yourself into, what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're speaking. Masculine energy for you is focusing on transformation and rebirth, throwing yourself in that fire, going through the fire, because the old self is dying, and it's going to lead to a new you. It's going to lead to a rebirth. It's going to lead to a liberation for you. It's a liberative energy when you throw yourself in the fire, and just, it's going to burn away what doesn't serve you, so that a new you, a new creature can take forth. A new you can manifest. And that's what's happening. Okay. So both of you from Spirit, your advice is to continue to do your purifications and clearings. Clear and cleanse yourself out. Drink water. Okay, drink more water. Maybe do a water fast to cleanse yourself out from any toxic energies. It's okay to cry. Maybe even sweating out energies. That's another way that you can purge and cleanse out energies and toxins out of your system, out of your body, out of your being. But whatever you're led to do, Spirit is saying to continue to focus on clearing out and allowing the clearing to take place in however way it comes forth, and whatever way you're guided as well to do it. Okay, let's see what potential energies. Wrong deck. Okay. What are the potential energies that want to manifest in this connection? What are the potential energies? What are the potential energies? this Eight of Swords is like a stalker card, okay? I'm not going to do the reversals this time, but it very well could be that this Eight of Swords, like feminine energy, you're going to free yourself out of this. So someone could definitely help feminine energy come out of that limited perspective of not knowing what the blocks are within themselves, or that feeling limited by some type of belief about your union or about your masculine. Someone's going to help free you of this, and it could also be the masculine, whether it be their higher self or it be them somehow coming through to do that. Masculine energies, you may clear up something. I do feel like masculine energy is going to be focused more on self-fulfillment right now, rather than always appeasing and forgetting themselves and their happiness. Because I feel like masculine energy may have sacrificed a lot of their self joy for the joy of others, or feeding into other people's ego. And now I feel like masculine energy is shifting this, coming out of it. Because I feel like masculine, you're still dealing with some type of fears here. Or you will be dealing with some type of fear, and you're going to confront it, though. I do see you facing and confronting your fears, or your biggest fear, whether it's in regards to, your own life, or also in relation to this connection. Feminine energy, you will be celebrating, and I feel like you'll be spending more time with sisterhood or people close to you, coming out of this energy, or just putting you in a space where you have something to celebrate here. And I'm getting something with fall season. Just being very drunk in this positive energy, being drunk in celebrating all that you've been through and gone through. And I feel like masculine and feminine may mirror each other once they choose to come out of this. Funny because you guys both got you got swords, 8 and 9 of swords, and 9 of cups, 3 of cups, feminine and masculine energy. So you guys got cup energy. So it's coming out of these process of these false thinking patterns and thoughts and fears, and coming into that emotional internal fulfillment and joy within yourselves. So I see you guys coming out of this. So the biggest fear here is like that freedom. Your feminine energy is being freed from something, and so is the masculine. Once they do this, some type of fulfillment. Some of you guys, it could lead to you guys making that decision to come forward in some type of way with one another, or to take some type of action towards your future together, or you guys meet each other. This could be like an act that you guys do individually, but it still mirrors. So that's why I say whatever, regardless of what you guys do, at the end of the day, if this is a true divine counterpart, true divine connection, you guys are going to meet each other in the middle at the end of the day, so that you guys move forward to your future. So you guys have the same vision here. You guys will be met with this, the Knight of Wands. So any of that impulsiveness, any of that runner, chaser energy, that could be coming to an end in some type of way, because part of that was due to this fear. I feel like masculine's fear. Part of the running or the chasing was due to feeling stuck and stagnant, or limited perspective, and views of this connection. So once you guys free yourselves of whatever these are, it's going to lead to this. Like you guys seeing eye to eye, you guys sharing this vision here of what's in the future. So also, that could be union for some of you, like physical union. That could be union of the mind and the heart, or just being on the same page, or getting that clarity that you guys need. Could be so many different things. So yeah, that was a long one. I hope that, in short, it resonated and it helped you guys. Much love as always. Take care. Be blessed.